Alright, hello everybody and welcome to the Minecraft Heroes channel. This is of course Zelbus bringing you, yes, finally after so long, some FOC and Requiem. The battle had just started, thankfully. As soon as I joined and seen that there was still 15 minutes left, I decided I'd jump in this. Now, again, this is pre-recorded video, guys. What happened was I had started recording and then I found out that my mic was muted, and at some point I'll actually be like, oh, sorry about that, and then I'll mute myself again, and I just ended up saying, okay, forget it, I'll just go over it later with an audio. So here you go. This is Pikkon, of course, running through FOC. I actually did really good this round, very good this round. I was quite happy with the end result of this one. A lot better than my previous one that I had posted up, that's for sure. Oh, 1200 crit. Gotta love it, right? Alright, so let's take a look at who's on our team here. We have a hunter. We have, I believe that's a rogue. A Templar, a shaman. I can't tell if that's the Forsaker symbol or if that's the Mystic symbol, but still, nonetheless, it's a shaman. Another hunter, myself, and a warrior. On their team, I believe was 2 rogues, I think a hunter, a Templar, and there might have been, I know there was a shaman. I think they might have had a warrior too. Yep, there's the warrior right there. Speak of the devil. Yeah, I was really happy with the way that this one came out. You'll see why later. At the end, this one turned out very well for me, so it's definitely good. I was happy with the end result here. Yeah, we had gotten word that there was a sin at our base, sin rogue, so I went to go check up on it, and oh, must have already taken care of it. Okay, and I think this is part where I find out that I wasn't recording that entire time, because I don't want to record over it. Alright, I am sorry about that. Was on mute. There you go. That right there is when I realized, oh shit, it's on mute. Let me unmute this, and then after I thought about it, it's like, you know what, I'll just go over it later. Right before I post up the video, I'll just have to remind myself that I was muted for pretty much the entire match. And I don't know if they were talking to me, but at the end, somebody wasn't too happy with me, I think. It's quite funny, to be honest, because you know, with the way that this whole thing works, hold on one second. Okay, with the way that this whole thing works, and it's kind of sad, really, depending on how good you are in FOC depends on your gear. Unfortunately for some people, they think it depends on your skills, and if you do stuff like that and you hit them really hard, they automatically assume you're overpowered, you're OP, as another way to put it, and they will literally start bitching up a storm about how overpowered your class is, when it's in fact not actually your class that's the overpoweredness. It's just the fact that you have really good gear. Like, for example, my resistance to most of these people, to shamans and battle mages / Templars, is like 70% or higher. Resistance stops at 80%. I'm not at 80% yet resistance. But when you hit somebody, and if you hit them for, let's say, 800, and then they turn around and hit you, and they hit you for 200 to 300, they'll think that your class is overpowered, and they'll start complaining that your class needs a nerf. What's really funny about it, though, is a lot of people forget to realize that, especially battle magicians with me, when battle magicians hit me and I hit them and they try to claim I'm an overpowered class and that battle magicians need a nerf, they forget to realize that they're playing the same class that I'm playing. So it really depends on gear. It has nothing to do with the skill, and unfortunately people don't know this well enough. So in the upcoming updates for Requiem, they are nerfing the hell out of Battle Magician. Our damage is being nerfed to hell. Mainly because of whiny little bitches in FOC, and it's actually causing a lot of people to quit because a lot of people are pissed. Because you gotta look at it from how we are. Battle Magicians really don't have a lot of magic damage. They hardly pack a punch when they hit. The only reason why people like myself are able to hit as hard as we hit is because of our gear. Nobody seems to understand that it's our gear. They have rings, they have bracelets, they have earrings, necklaces, belts. They have two different kinds. They have normal kind and then they have reinforced. Reinforced will give you damage depending on the kind that you wear. They have physical damage jewels and magical damage jewels. For the ones that we wear, they give you an additional, what is that thing? Four added points to your damage, whether it's magical or physical damage. What people forget to realize that if you're somebody like myself who has your jewels 15 plus or higher, reinforced by the way, for those that don't know what that is, I've talked about it in previous videos. What people don't realize is that if you have 15 or higher reinforced jewels, that you're doing, we'll say 15 for now, 4 damage plus the additional 15 that you have that jewel reinforced to. So if you have a jewel reinforced to plus 20, you're doing an additional 24 damage than what you would normally do. People think it's the skills that we have that hit so hard when it's not. It's the damn gear we're wearing. But unfortunately, idiot noobs don't know that, and please excuse me, but it does irritate me a little bit. Idiot noobs don't know enough to know the difference between skill damage and gear damage. Of course, not that they would, because, you know, they don't bother to ask you, hey, what's your gear like? No, they instantly go to wag wag QQ, you guys are overpowered. And for those that don't know what QQ means, it means basically to whine and complain. It's basically what QQing means. And you'll get it a lot in FOC. It's pretty funny. I've actually been reported for quote-unquote hacking. Because somebody thought that I was hacking because I was able to hit them so hard and pretty much one-shot them. But it would take them multiple hits to kill me. So they actually reported me for it. So that's just an example of how far people actually will go and think that you're either A, hacking, or B, your class is overpowered and you need a nerf. So it's really quite depressing. But like I said, I really like the way that this one came out. Didn't really have any QQers, which was actually kind of shocking because a lot of these people, as you can tell, were very underpowered. Except for the rogue there. Crazy Cripple's actually not a bad rogue. He's actually pretty decent, as you can see. Rogues take me out with ease, which is something people never ever notice when it comes to facing me. I do amazing against casters because I have such high resistance, but when it comes to melee, I don't have as good amount of defense as I have resistance. So if you're somebody like a rogue, you're gonna take me out with this, with the slightest of ease, depending on how hard you hit, because I don't have a good amount of defense. I mean, it's decent for my class and my level, but it's definitely not high enough to be able to withstand a good built, good geared rogue. Because, you know, if the rogue's rocking plus, let's say all their jewels are plus 20, and you have, what is it, 8 jewels, I think? Yeah, 2 bracelets, 2 rings, 2 earrings, a necklace, and a belt. 8. So that's 8. Let's say they have them all at plus 20, and they're also getting the 4 that the jewels originally come with. That's 160 additional damage just because of the reinforcement itself. That's not even including the additional 4 that you get from each jewel. So, yeah. My jewels are plus 15 to plus 20, which is why I hit as hard as I do. But people don't realize that. They automatically assume that that's just hard we hit normally. Because they're too dumb to notice the difference. Because I've had people duel me and be like, why do you hit so hard? And I'll link my jewels and they'll be like, yeah, I'm wearing jewels too. And they'll link the normal jewels. Like, no, you need these kind of jewels. They give additional damage. That's how we're able to hit so hard. But I'm wearing jewels. You're not wearing the right ones. What am I at right now? 25-3. So yeah, this one was one of my better ones, definitely. But like I said, there was a lot of underpowered people on their end, people who didn't really know what they were doing, and I could easily tell because I was taking out most of their people in 2 to 3 hits, as you'll see in a second here. See, there you go. And one of our guys wasn't even doing anything. That Cyclope guy, that's a shaman. He's actually a pretty good shaman too, but he wasn't doing anything. I think it was AFK. FOC, for some reason, recently has taken forever to start. So people will join FOC, think it's not going to start for a while, and will actually leave and go do something, thinking FOC is not going to start. And then when they come back and realize, oh, shit, I missed FOC. That's why I always look before I click the join button. Because FOC won't start until there's at least 10 people in it. So I always look to see how many people are in it. If it's 8 or 9 people, I'll join. If it's like 2 or 3, I'll wait and see if it goes up. And in most cases, recently it doesn't. It will usually either stay the same or it'll even drop. But hardly ever does it really go up as much as it used to anyway. I used to run FOC every like half hour, 45 minutes. FOC would end, another one start. It would end, another one would start. It would end, another one would start. Now, you're waiting like 2 to 3 hours just to do one. And what's really better is people actually are blaming people that are like me. Saying that people that are good built like my guys ruined FOC. And it makes me laugh because it's called PvP for a reason. You're supposed to make your character as strong as you can make them so that they can do good in PvP. That's the point. You're supposed to try to get your character as good as you can. High defense, high resistance, high attack power, anything that you can do to make your player better than the others, you're supposed to do. Hence why it's called player versus player PvP. People don't seem to understand that. We've actually had people bitch about us before saying, why don't you go to the higher ones? Because we don't want to be in the higher ones. Especially now with the nerf coming. I was going to make an Elm for the 65 FOC. I was going to make a 65 Elm for 65 FOC. Elm is getting the worst nerf out of any other classes. So that just totally blew that idea out the water. So, I don't know. I don't know how many more of these FOC videos you're going to see from me, to be honest. I mean, I know the series just really started. But I was not expecting them to well, pardon my language here. I know I shouldn't have to say it, but I'm going to say it anyways. But I really did not expect Requiem to fuck us over the way that they have with the Battle Magician nerf and the Elm nerf. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This one's almost over. It's nearing its end. It's got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left. And you can see why I say that this is one of my better ones. As you can see, I'm now 49-5. I think I die one more time, though, at some point. Right towards the end. Yeah, because I get gang raped. Literally. After I beat that person, I get gang raped. Somebody actually puts LOL owned or something like that because they just stood there and watched me kill. Right there, owned. Stood there and watched me kill them. But then, right, coming up, I get massacred because I get jumped by like 5 or 6 of them. But I hold my own. And you'll see how I hold my own. This is how you know I don't play around when it comes to this stuff. I hold my own. Watch this. I take out one. Heal up. Take out 2. And almost take out 3 before they're finally able to kill me. I took out 2, almost 3 people before they were finally able to get me. And I think, pretty sure that's the last time I died. But as you can see now, my score to my kills and deaths is 53 and 6. And there's the end. And this is me just showing 53 and 6. I had the most kills on our team and one of the most least deaths. I'm not gonna count Cycloop because he didn't even do anything. I was 53 and 6. I'd say that's pretty good considering the next highest person to me was 23 and 3. So I'd say I did pretty good. But yep. One man's win is another one's loss, I guess. This is where I'm showing the battle ranks, which I thought they didn't count my kills from that match yet, so my thing would be reset by now. I'm not going to be in the level you'll see me in right now. They have a placement chart here. As you can see right now, I'm ranked number 50 on that, which is the lowest of the chain. But they also hadn't count my most recent one yet, which would have given me an additional 53 kills, which should put me up in like 45 or 44. I would be higher up, but like I said, I don't run FOC much anymore. I hardly ever see it going, and when it does go, I'm not on. I'm usually doing other stuff, but that's the end of it.